Hello, everyone. I'm Chase Lee reporting for DallasMovieScreens.com, and I got another movie to review for you guys, and that would be Elle. Now, if you don't know what this film is, congratulations. Uncle Chase is here to tell you this riveting plot. First of all, it is a French film, so it is a foreign film. For all the people here in the States, congratulations. You have to read another movie. Don't worry. Don't be scared now. It'll be okay. Anyways, it is a French film directed by the Paul Verhoeven, who I absolutely adore, and I'll get to that in just a second. But the plot of this movie is that a businesswoman who is raped in her house, and she's trying to figure out who did it. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, this could be like a really interesting type of thriller, maybe like a character study to see what goes inside the mind of someone who has been sexually assaulted or raped, and kind of see how they deal with it, they cope with it, and how they kind of integrate themselves back into society when we have a society that kind of judges people who are sexually assaulted and raped, and are sometimes blamed as the accuser. And it's just we live in a crazy world, guys. Anyways, I thought it was gonna be that. No, it's not. So it's basically like Lifetime trash, but if that Lifetime trash was on crack. So let me explain myself. Two things. I love trashy movies if they're done right. Listen, I've seen some bad movies. I've seen some trash movies, but there was some type of enjoyment or fun out of it. You know, kind of like that cheeky, like kind of just vibe where you're like, it's okay, I can forgive it. They're trying, they're having fun, and it's so bad it's good type of deal. That is not this. And two, I love Paul Verhoeven to death. Starship Troopers is one of my favorite movies of all time. I've seen that movie so many times. It is so much fun. What a great sci-fi adventure. Basic Instinct. You want to talk about like a good kind of erotic, trashy movie? Basic Instinct is that. That is a damn fun movie. Total Recall. Really great Arnold movie. And RoboCop. What a great hyper-violent film from the 80s. I love the majority of his filmography. And hell, I even have a soft spot for that guilty pleasure known as Showgirls. However, this is not one of them, and it is one of the worst films I've seen all year. So let's get real and break down Elle. Now, I already know that people in the comments they love this film. That's fine. You can rip me a new one down below. Just be gentle. But let me explain myself just a little bit. So let's start with the writing and directing. In terms of the writing and the actual story, I thought it was going to be like really intriguing and kind of dive into this main character and kind of see her kind of deal with this tragedy that's happening around her, and why she can't go to people or go to the cops or whatever, and it really keeps it to herself. I thought we were really going to explore that. We did just like on the surface, but that's about it. And then it just turns into like this some very weird like revenge thriller, and it just doesn't make any sense. If we want to talk about the actual story, it is clunky, it is inconsistent, and the tone is all over the place. They might have a scene with like some dark humor in it, and then the very next scene is like super serious and we're supposed to care, and then it's done after 2 minutes, and we go back into like a romance scene. And it's like, wait, what? Well, that we didn't have any like time to allow that to breathe, and we're kind of sitting there as an audience member going, okay, I guess I'll accept that. And the second thing is that there's a lot of stuff throughout this movie, plot point wise and character wise, it's extremely underdeveloped. They introduce a lot of aspects about this story, and some of them are more intriguing than others. And you're just like, well, why don't you go explore that? Why are we on this situation and these stupid people right here? And then there are some characters that are introduced that are just kind of like in the background, and they have like I guess like pivotal scenes, and then they just kind of go in and out of the movie as if it's like some party they just roll into at 2 a.m. for 30 minutes and walk out. And third thing, the characters are extremely stupid. Every single person in this movie is awful and dumb, and I can't get behind any of that. When she's trying to figure out who raped her, I'm not going to say who it is or whatever, but I will say that it happens like in the middle of the movie. And then all that tension is deflated because then the characters get super dumb after that point, and they don't really do anything about it. It's just like I said, like this weird half-assed revenge tale. And These characters, guys. But like I said, everyone is awful. You can't root for anyone. You can't root for the main character to be safe. You're just like, well, you made some stupid decisions yourself, lady. And so I just no, thank you. And even the end of the movie just kind of ends with like, yeah, I'm a terrible person. Yeah, you kind of are. All right, let's walk into the sunset. So, okay, and then the cherry on top of the crap cake is the dialogue is just atrocious sometimes. There are some lines of dialogue where I was like, really? We're just going to let that slide as like actual dialogue. All right, fam. I got you. I'll support you. Okay, so like I said, the story is very trashy, very clunky, all over the place in tone. And it's not even that fun. And listen, I hate discussing rape and sexual assault. I think it's one of the most disgusting things we can do as a society. But I thought they were going to really do something more with this subject matter, but no, not really. Directing wise, once again, I love Paul Verhoeven to death. And when you watch like Basic Instinct or Showgirl, he's got like that kind of suave, stylistic, trashy touch to his those types of movies. But this had no flair to it. It was so bland and so dull there. It just didn't go anywhere. You would have certain scenes that would happen, and they would transition to another scene. And it's like there was no flow. There was no weight to anything. It was just kind of like, we got to set this up. Oh, okay. And then we got to set this up. And on top of that, it was way too long. 2 hours and 15 minutes or 2 hours and 20 minutes should not be the length of this film. It is so long and so boring. You don't, like I said, with the characters unlikable, you don't care about anyone. So you're sitting there checking your watch going, well, I got to go to the bathroom. Like, let's go, folks. So I'm sorry, Paul Verhoeven. I love you to death, sir, but this is one of the most bland things you have ever created. Moving on, acting. I will say this: the acting is okay. It's not like the worst or anything. Yes, the characters are stupid and they are written very poorly. However, the actors themselves commit to it, so I will give them that. And the main actress, she seems like she's a really good actress, but the material that she was given just does not support her talent. So she just kind of like lost throughout the movie, and it's just I feel sorry for her and everyone else that worked on this movie acting wise and the crew. It's like, who wrote this? Who are you? Reveal yourself. Cinematography wise, once again, this goes back to the kind of bland and dull direction. There's nothing interesting about the way the movie looks. Like, there's maybe 3 locations throughout the entire movie, I'm pretty sure, and it's just there's no life to anything. It's just very flat. It's all within a house and whatnot. And yeah, there's a couple other places, but that's about it. And you can make intriguing shots and interesting shot composition with the one location type of movie and make it interesting for your viewer as visual eye candy while being invested into the story. But since I wasn't invested in the story or the characters, you're kind of sitting there and just like, well, this is also bland to look at. So it's like, I can't even give that props. Editing wise, once again, way too long. This movie should not be 2 hours and 15 minutes. When the reveal happens of who the rapist is, there's still another hour left in the movie. No. And then it just turns into, like I said, this weird pseudo revenge tale. And it gets weird and stupid. And just people are dumb in this movie. Do people act like this? I'm severely confused. And I love French films too. It's just, this has got to be one of the worst ones I've ever seen from that country. Guys, listen. I don't recommend this movie at all. But I know some people that really love this film. And that's what's the beauty about this industry. It is all subjective, my friends. I love Nocturnal Animals. I hated American Honey. I know a lot of people love it. A lot of people hate Nocturnal Animals. I get it. Each film is going to strike people differently. But for me, Elle is straight up lifetime trash with no style, no flair, no substance. With the stupidity of the characters and the story written, it just does not make for a good time whatsoever. So for the acting being slightly okay, and the music actually being somewhat effective in terms of like that thriller haunting aspect, but it just didn't match with the story. I'm going to give Elle a solid D. So, what did you guys think of Elle, and what is your favorite Paul Verhoeven movie? Starship Troopers is definitely my favorite. So, comment in the place where my face, let me know. And I know I probably pissed a lot of you off. I'm Chase Lee, guys, reporting for DallasMovieScreens.com, and tune in next time for whatever I review next. I will see you guys later.